No, no, no. That's wrong. Dixie Diamonds 151. Met, Isabella Falls, Dixie, 8:11 p.m. Before Edward had begun chatting face to face with Lala in the Bordens' living room, Elizabeth had made her way from La La Land to their home's front porch, where ASIO agent Reed S. Jeffrey awaited her. Upon Liz's entrance onto the porch, Jeffrey rose from the cushioned bench that hung from the ceiling, smiled, and motioned towards a spot on the bench next to him. His non-verbal message replied to in kind with a return smile and nod from Lizzie before she walked to the far left side of the bench, said position providing them with a meter of separation. Acceding to his non-verbal command while simultaneously achieving the greatest possible distance from Jeffrey, she turned her body such that she had a clear, though not quite face-to-face view of the ASIO agent, then sat like a yogi with both legs bent, right foot under her left thigh and left foot under her right calf, while keeping her eyes on her uninvited guest as she waited for him to speak. Jeffrey, wiggling his mini recorder at eye level before placing it on the bench between them, said, "Thank you for your cooperation," before tapping his notebook with his pen and adding, "Our interview will be recorded and I'll be taking notes. But I want you to understand that at this point, your husband and your Cooktown friends are being viewed as witnesses, not suspects. So please speak freely in order to best aid the investigation." Jeffrey inhaled, nodded, then said, "In spite of some inner turmoil, Edward was able to provide us with quite a bit of information." Jeffrey opened his notebook, said, including this. Reading from his notebook, he quoted part of the statement Eddie had made. "What prompted our trip was, well, we heard voices in our heads, both of us. The same voice saying the same thing. I don't know if you've ever experienced anything like that, hearing voices. We never had, neither of us, let alone both of us at the same time. I've been in some hairy situations, but this frightened me in a way I can't hope to express." Looking Elizabeth in the eyes as he put his notebook down, he added, "Eddie provided rather convincing details concerning mind reading, telepathy as he called it, that I was hoping you might comment upon." "Not comment on what he said," Jeffrey said with a smile as he tapped his notebook with his pen, "but rather if you can relate any similar experiences with telepathy between yourself and anyone." "Are you asking me about Balloony?" Lizzie asked, head tilted and forehead furrowed. "I can assure you that I have spoken with Balloony telepathically, that while in telepathic rapport with Balloony, that Edward and I could read one another's thoughts without speaking, that this same phenomenon was repeated with our friend Karen Block when we were in one another's presence at the Cooktown Library, and then again with her husband Paul while they were in Cooktown but we had returned home. I communicated telepathically 2 more times, once with Dr. Piletre de Rosière and then with Piletre and his assistant, Joël Habanère, who were in France. I should add that Balloony's ability to communicate telepathically with us and our ability to do so with others was significantly different when Dr. Rosière was involved. Balloony and Piletre speculated that the doctor had sustained brain damage to the part of his brain that is used in telepathy when he had been battered early this year, but I am in no position to judge the veracity of that claim. I can, however, say that Eddie and I have used telepathy to speak with Balloony as well as a handful of other humans with great, though varying degrees of success. However, we have been unable to read one another's or anyone else's minds, nor have we been able to reach Balloony since approximately 5:30 this evening."